Good morning, everybody. It is May 11th. We've got 1 month to go, and we can do it. All you got to do is try. This shouldn't be too hard. The homework is pretty short, simple compared to class time. And the tests are so easy. I literally filmed the tests, like the last test we took was called A for Algebra, Test 8, which means if you watch this film, you'll see me practically do test 8 for you. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, I want to make sure people are doing their homework, because if you're not, I'm going to put these in the gradebook today. So here you are, and most of you are doing a really good job. See, I do record these. If there's blanks, you're not doing your job, and it's going to come back, and you may have to finish the course either this summer, or you may have to finish the course next year, or maybe you don't get credit for the course at all. But most of you are doing a really good job. I'm really proud of you. Okay. So tests. If you gave me tests this weekend, I did not get those corrected, but I'm going to get it done today. It was my birthday yesterday, so we went away and had a nice little birthday weekend, so I didn't get anything done this weekend, but I will today, okay? So yay me, I turned 60. That kind of sucks, but life goes on. Anyway, now we're going to skip chapter 9. So don't do chapter 9. It is a part of geometry that we will not use, but we're going to go straight to chapter 10. So we're going to do chapter 10 today. So the first thing we'll do is go to page 277 in your journal. So you can just watch. You don't need to worry about your journal unless you want to follow along. But if I go to my journal, page 277, give me a second to go to page 277. Okay, hold on. Here we go, page 277. Okay, it talks about these lines. Okay, now skew lines, kind of hard to show this three-dimensionally, but skew lines I'm going to show you with two pins. Okay, so these two pins are like, they look like they intersect, but they don't. They're in different planes. These are skew lines. Skew lines are like lines that are two different planes that will never intersect. Okay, they're not parallel either, so they're in different planes. They don't intersect, and they're not parallel. So they're not parallel, and they do not intersect. Okay. Parallel planes are two planes that are parallel. Okay, and you can think about two sheets of paper that are parallel to each other. Corresponding angles, transversals. This is what we really want to talk about today. So I'm going to draw a picture, okay? And you need to know these. So I'm going to draw a couple of different pictures. So first, let's draw some parallel lines. So if I draw two parallel lines, I'm going to draw a line here, and hopefully they'll look parallel to you, okay? And I'm going to put a line between, okay? So let's talk about this, okay? So first of all, if I have two lines, let's call it L and M. And let's just say right off the bat that we're going to let line L be parallel, that's the parallel symbol, to line M, okay? That's my parallel symbol. So this tells me that line L is parallel to M. Sometimes the book does this. You'll see the book will make these really dark arrows. So if you see these dark arrows in the book, you know, they're trying to say that they are parallel. Okay, that's just their symbols for saying, hey, that's parallel to that, because you don't want to write the symbols down. Okay, now the transversal is the line that crosses those. Okay, so a lot of times they use line T. Well, line T for transversal. That makes sense to me. You can call it anything you want, but most of the time we like to call it T for transversal. Okay, what happens is when you cross the transversal on these two lines is you create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different angles. Let's label them, okay? Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, and angle 8, okay? And these 8 angles obviously have some relationships. If I take a look at it, because they're parallel, some of these angles look equal, like 1 and 4 are equal because those are vertical angles. 2 and 3 are equal because those are vertical angles. I know 2 and 4 add up to 180 degrees because there's my straight line. But if I go between the two parallel lines, watch this. Angle 2 is equal to angle 5. Those are corresponding angles. Angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Those are corresponding angles. Angle 1 is equal to angle 6. Those are corresponding angles. And angle 3 is equal to angle 7. Those are corresponding angles. Now the way I have kids remember corresponding angles is when you draw them, it makes the letter F. So I'll go ahead and just show you here, okay? Okay, corresponding angles make the letter F, and you can see that corresponding angles are equal. In fact, you can find the letter F if you drew it on the back side, so you can do 3 and 4. You'll have a letter F, okay, you'll see there. There's your 3 and 4. So what are my corresponding angles? Well, in this case, I've got 4 and 8, angle 4 and angle 8, okay? What else? Well, I'd have 2 and 5, angle 2 and angle 5. What else? 3 and 7, angle 3 and angle 7. What else? How about 1 and 6? Angle 1 and angle 6, okay? Now, I'm going to draw this picture again. So, I'm going to go and draw the next picture because I want to talk about alternate interior angles, okay? So, let me go ahead and draw my parallel lines, okay, my transversal. Let's go L and M, let's go T, and let's put my angles in again, okay? I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, alternate interior. Think about this. I'm alternating from one side to the other, and they're going to be on the interior. So, they make a Z. Let me show you the Z, okay? So, if I take a look, alternate interior, inside, interior, okay? Inside and alternate, one side the other. So here is, and they make a Z. That's the way I have kids see it, okay? So I don't know if you see the Z pattern here, but you can see that angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angles, and they're equal. So let's see. Angle 4 and angle 6 are alternate interior angle. Angle 4 with angle 6. Let's see what else. How about angle 5 with angle 3? Angle 5 with angle 3, okay? Now, alternate exterior angles have to be on the outside. So if I go outside the parallel lines, okay, then, and they have to alternate, angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate because they go from one side to the other, but they're outside the exterior. So angle 2 and angle 7, right? Angle 1 and angle 8. And they are going to be congruent if the lines are parallel. Consecutive interior, now that's different. I want to show you that, okay? Let's show that one more time. This is different. And there's also consecutive exterior. We'll talk about that too, okay? But anyway, let's draw a picture. Okay. And let's again go my angle 1, 2, angle 3, 4, angle 5, angle 6, angle 7, angle 8. And I've got my line L and line M are parallel, and transversal T. Okay, so consecutive interior. So they got to be interior, so we're talking about inside. And then we're looking at 4 and 5. But wait a minute, 4 and 5. Look at 4, look at 5. They don't look equal at all. In fact, what we find is they are supplementary. Supplementary. And we learned in the last chapter that supplementary means they add up to 180 degrees, okay? So what we're going to do with consecutive interiors, they're not equal. We're going to say, in this case, that angle 4 plus angle 5 equals 180 degrees. We're going to say angle 3 plus angle 6 equal 180 degrees. And then there's also consecutive exterior angles, and that'd be 2 and 8, and they add up to 180, and 1 and 7 also, okay? So here's our biggies, okay? We want to talk about corresponding angles, makes the F, and they are equal, 4 and 8. You see the F? Alternate interior, they make a Z, 4 and 6, those are equal. And then the consecutive, some kids say they make a C, I don't know, but they are not equal. They are not equal, they add up to 180. Okay, so now, here they are again in your book. You look at them. It's better if they're parallel, but they drew them both, so they weren't parallel, but they showed you in your journal again what these angles are. Now, let's do some problems, okay? So I made some problems up to talk about some things, so here we go. Example 1. So L is parallel, T is the transversal. So let's look at my figure, okay? Let's see what I can find. Well, first of all, 2 and 4 are going to be corresponding. So now 2 is equal to 4. So that means 4 is also 110 degrees. Okay, it makes the F. Here, I'll try and show you the F if you don't see it. But it does make the F. It's just upside down F. Okay, remember we talked about the F for corresponding angles. Here's my F for corresponding angles. Okay, now we know that 3 and 4 have to be supplementary, makes a straight line. So this is 70. And I know if angle 3 is 70, angle 1 is 70 because those are corresponding angles. Okay, there we go. Pretty easy. Okay, number 2. Well, it looks to me like I've got some alternate interior angles. Let me make my Z. Here's my Z. I'm looking at alternate interior angles. And I know if the lines are parallel, then they're equal. So, if angle 1 is equal to 75, because they're alternate angles, so 75. Okay. I know that 1 and 3, or these two are supplementary, have to add up to 180 degrees. So I know if I go 180 degrees minus 75, I'll get this angle here, which is, what's that, 105? So I get 105 degrees. And I know angle 2 and angle 3 equal because those are vertical angles, 105 degrees. Okay, all right, pretty easy. All right, number 3, a little bit of algebra, but easy algebra. Okay, so what do I know? If they're parallel, I know these two angles are equal. They're alternate interior angles, so these are alternate interior angles. Those are alternate interior angles. And because the lines are parallel, then those two angles are equal. So I can say 65 is equal to x plus 5. And if I need to find x, I'm just going to go minus 5. Minus 5. The value of x is 60. Okay, that was pretty simple. Okay. All right, turn it over. We'll take a look at the next back side. So back side, we want to find the value of x, and we've got L and M are parallel, but these angles don't look equal. Look, that looks like it's less than 90. That looks like it's more than 90. In fact, they're not equal at all. What we find is these are my same side supplementary, or my consecutive interior. So what I'm going to do is they add up to 180 degrees. I know that this angle, 72, plus this angle, my 7x plus 24, adds up to 180 degrees. They're not equal. They don't even look equal. Look, that looks like more than 90. That looks like less than 90. They don't even look equal. So let's go ahead and solve it. 72 plus 24. Let's see what's that. A 96 plus 7x equals 180 minus 96 minus 96. I've got a 7x equals, hold on, I should be able to do that in my head actually. 180 minus 96, I get an answer of 84. Divide by 7 was at 12, probably, yeah, x equals 12. Now if x is 12, you can actually find this angle, but we know that angle anyway if we needed it. X is 12, because we know these two have to add up to 180, so I would go 180 minus 72 would give me that angle if I needed it, because those two angles have to add up to 180, so this angle would have to be 108 degrees. Okay, there's x. All right, so not too bad, pretty easy. So we're going to skip section 10.1. So skip 10-1, and we're going to have our homework on 10-2. So our homework is page 284, 1 through 8 all. Let's take a look at it real quickly in the journal. Okay, let's go to page 284. Make sure you guys know what I'm doing. Here it is. So it asks you to find the value of angle 1 and 2 and tell what theorem. Well, that's going to be your alternate interior angles, and that's going to be your corresponding angles. Okay, same thing. 1 is corresponding angles, and 2 you can get from the same side or consecutive interior. Anyhow, on 4, 5, and 6, you're just going to solve for x. It should be pretty simple for you. Okay. All right. let's get that done, and I will talk to you tomorrow.